Imagine a world larger than Jupiter, frozen in total darkness, racing through the deep space void at millions of miles per hour, completely unbound to any star. It has no sunrise, no sunset, and no seasons. It is completely isolated in the eternal blackness of the cosmos, wandering aimlessly between the galaxies. These are not imaginary horrors of science fiction. These are rogue planets, the homeless nomads of our universe, and they are far more common than astronomers ever anticipated. For centuries, humanity believed that planets could only exist in neat, organized solar systems, orbiting a central star like our own. But modern astrophysics has revealed a terrifying truth. The dark spaces between the stars are not empty. They are populated by billions of massive, dark worlds that were violently cast out of their homes. This is a deep research exploration into the cold reality of these cosmic wonders, proudly presented by Awan Industries. To understand how a planet becomes a rogue nomad, we must look at the violent birth of solar systems. When a new star forms from a collapsing cloud of gas and dust, it creates a chaotic swirling disk on it. Within this disk, material begins to clump together, forming the building blocks of planets. In these early stages, the gravitational environment is highly unstable. Dozens of planet embryos fight for space, colliding with each other and constantly shifting their orbits. During this cosmic dance, larger gas giants like Jupiter or Saturn can drift inward or outward. When a massive gas giant comes close to a smaller planet, its immense gravitational field acts like a slingshot. Instead of pulling the smaller world in, the gravity accelerates the planet to escape velocity, physically throwing it completely out of the star system. The planet is ripped away from its parent star, stripped of its warmth, and cast into the freezing void of interstellar space forever. But gravitational slingshots are not the only way these worlds are orphaned. In some extreme cases, entire stellar clusters experience chaotic gravitational collapses. When multiple binary star systems pass too close to one another, their combined orbital resonance acts as a cosmic blender, ripping young planets from their stable paths and sending them flying into the interstellar medium. Some rogue planets are not even born on stars at all. Instead, they form directly from the collapse of small molecular gas clouds, in the exact same way stars are born, but without ever gaining enough mass to ignite nuclear fusion. These are sub-brown dwarfs, worlds born directly into the cold isolation of the void, never knowing the light of a parent sun from the very first second of their existence. Recent statistical data gathered by advanced telescopes and gravitational microlensing surveys suggest that the number of rogue planets in our Milky Way galaxy could actually outnumber the stars. For every star you see in the night sky, there may be dozens of invisible worlds wandering through the dark. This means there are likely hundreds of billions of rogue planets floating just within our galaxy. Finding them is one of the greatest challenges in modern astronomy, because they do not orbit a star, they reflect no light and do not cause transits that telescopes can easily detect. Instead, scientists must look for them using a phenomenon called gravitational microlensing. When a rogue planet passes directly between Earth and a distant background star, its gravity acts like a magnifying glass, briefly bending and brightening the light of that distant star. Through these tiny, fleeting flashes of light, astronomers have begun to map the dark population of our galaxy. The physical conditions on a rogue planet challenge our understanding of planetary science. Without a star to provide thermal energy, the surface temperature of a typical rogue planet drops to near absolute zero, which is around -270 degrees Celsius. At these temperatures, the atmosphere of the planet can literally freeze and rain down onto the surface, leaving a world covered in a thick blanket of frozen nitrogen, methane, or carbon dioxide. However, deep beneath this frozen crust, a surprising secret might be hidden. Planetary models suggest that if a rogue planet is large enough and has a thick hydrogen atmosphere, it can trap its own internal heat. This heat is generated by the radioactive decay of elements deep within the planet's core, left over from its birth. In some cases, this internal energy could be strong enough to maintain liquid water oceans beneath miles of solid ice, creating isolated underground ecosystems that have never seen a single ray of sunlight. In these dark, pressurized underground oceans, life could theoretically exist in ways that defy our traditional biological models. Without sunlight, there is no photosynthesis. Instead, any potential organisms would rely entirely on chemosynthesis, drawing energy from hydrothermal vents heated by the planet's radiating core. These alien ecosystems would exist in total, absolute darkness, completely separated from the external vacuum of the cosmos. It is a terrifying and beautiful thought that the vast, silent void of space could be filled with billions of ice-covered worlds, each harboring hidden, subterranean oceans teeming with primitive, blind organisms that will never look up at a starry sky or know that the rest of the universe even exists. The threat these dark nomads pose to stable solar systems is a subject of intense orbital mechanics research. Because rogue planets wander through space completely unchecked, their trajectories can occasionally bring them close to other star systems. If a massive rogue planet were to enter our solar system, it would not even need to collide with Earth to cause a global catastrophe. Simply passing through the outer edges of our system could destabilize the orbits of the planets. If it passed near our orbit, the immense gravitational pull could trigger massive tidal waves, alter our axial tilt, and crack open tectonic plates, causing global volcanic eruptions. It could pull Mars or Earth completely out of the habitable zone, pushing us closer to the sun or throwing us into the outer freezing dark to become rogue planets ourselves. Furthermore, a rogue planet passing through the Kuiper Belt or Oort cloud would unleash a devastating storm of millions of comets and asteroids, sending them crashing into the inner planets. While the vast distances of space make such a close encounter incredibly rare, the mathematical probability exists, making rogue planets one of the most unpredictable variables in cosmic architecture. Studying these homeless worlds forces us to redefine what a planet truly is and broadens our perspective on the limits of habitability. They prove that the universe does not always conform to the neat structures we observe around us. Instead, the cosmos is a dynamic, shifting environment where worlds are constantly created, destroyed, and abandoned. Rogue planets represent the silent majority of planetary bodies, surviving in the ultimate isolation of the dark void. As our technological capabilities expand, and we launch next-generation space telescopes, we will continue to unlock the hidden properties of these dark nomads, tracking their movements through the interstellar medium. The path to cosmic survival requires us to understand every element of the deep void, preparing for the unpredictable physics of the uncharted universe. The story of the rogue planet is a reminder of the raw and tame power of cosmic evolution. It shows us that reality is far vaster and colder than the small bubble of warmth we enjoy on our home planet. We are drifting through a cosmic ocean filled with hidden worlds, each carrying its own secrets through the eternal night. Will we remain content looking only at the stars that shine? Or will we master the technology needed to map the invisible empires of the deep void? Thank you for watching this deep space research documentary presented by Awan Industries. If you are ready to command the next era of cosmic discovery, master the underlying algorithms, and lead the technological shift, make sure to subscribe, Hit that notification icon and leave your strategic thoughts in the comments below. Keep building, keep commanding, and stay sovereign.